1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation, no more.
They don't care about us writing letters to our MPs. They don't care about us petitioning the government. They don't care about us doing protests. They care about keeping us silent and protecting their profits. So when we're here, they can't ignore us anymore. We've had enough of asking. We're taking now.
Palestine Action are laying siege to this arms factory. This is UAV Tactical Systems, an arms factory in Leicester. It's part owned by Elbit Systems, an Israeli company that manufactures 85% of the country's drones.
You know, we're here to take action against Elbit Systems. They're a fucking awful company. Their drones are used elsewhere, so they're used by the Saudi Arabian government in Yemen, by the Indian government in Kashmir. You know, they're used for ethnic cleansing, to do all kinds of awful stuff, and you know, we think it's absolutely unconscionable.
Now, Palestine Action activists are laying siege to the factory and say they're not leaving until Elbit does.
We are speaking to them on terms that they understand, and we're sieging this factory here, which is a workplace. Obviously, it's not the same as the siege that they're doing in Palestine and in Gaza, because they're sieging people's lives, their homes, their families. We're sieging this factory to affect what they understand, which is profits, because they obviously don't understand the value of the human life, and they don't understand the value of the people in Gaza and what they're going through.
They battle test their equipment on Palestinians, so they actually kill Palestinians for profit. This is then used in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kashmir. And yeah, so it's really important that we stand in solidarity with the Palestinian people and remember them throughout. But there's been a lot of massacres that's happened earlier this year where like 9 to 11 people have been killed at the same time at different points. So we just want to ensure there's a strong resistance against this escalation of violence by the Israeli occupation.
How has the support from the Leicester community been?
Well, I came down from Glasgow today, and the Leicester community has been absolutely amazing at supporting us. They're so happy to have us here and to have this support against this factory, because obviously Leicester is their home, it's their city. They don't want something like this here that is, you know, affecting their Palestinian brothers and sisters so horribly. They don't want these people to be profiting off the Palestinian genocide right in their homes. They want this place gone, and the government is not listening to them about that. So they're doing what they can to improve the place that they live in and the place that we all live in and the world that we live in by getting rid of this. And the support from the Leicester people has been so amazing. They've been doing everything they can for us. They've been bringing us food. They've been sitting with us. They've been really keeping the energy up, and it's been really great.
So we just want to ensure that there's a resistance strong from Leicester, from nationally and internationally. A lot of the activists, some people are here from Scotland and further, and we just want to ensure that this factory is closed down.
What is this action? You're camping out, you're blockading the factory. What will that achieve?
So obviously a lot of the people here have been talking to the government in terms that they understand. We've been doing walking protests, marching protests, writing to our MPs, doing petitions, lobbying government. We're doing everything that they tell us is how they listen, but they have not been listening for decades now. They have not made a single change, and they're in fact looking to silence us even more. They're looking to make our right to protest even less.
Given the context of how protest is currently policed in the UK, it's no surprise that strict conditions have been imposed. The police have reduced the size of the assembly area and restricted the area where makeshift camps can be built. Leicestershire police say that at least 41 people have been arrested. Activists say the police have gone further, confiscating their equipment and kettling protesters. Rights groups have described the police's action as outrageous.
Because look at the police that are here. Look at what they've brought out to affect us here, expressing our right to protest, expressing our concern for the people in Palestine who don't have anyone looking out for them, who have to deal with genocide and apartheid and settler violence and colonialism, and also have to deal with governments who so obviously do not care and do not listen to their voices. Today, somebody on a hunger strike in a Palestinian prison died, and the government does not care, and they don't even pretend, but they care about their profits, and they have the police out in forces.
The clue's in the name, but Palestine Action are well known for their direct activity. They aren't mucking around with petitions or writing to their MP. They're focused on attacking Elbit where it hurts. Its profits, aiming to shut down Elbit's entire business operations in the UK. Protests and occupations forced Elbit to shut down both its factory in Oldham and its London headquarters. Palestine Action have shut down UAV Tactical Systems before, once in 2021 and twice in 2022. Now they're back to finish the job.
The whole community were out here as well, and I think, you know, of course people are kind of lost a bit of momentum. They've always been the regular activists, community members that have come out every week to stand in solidarity and show that resistance, but at the same time now, like a reignition of the reminder that, you know what, this factory's still here. People didn't manage to shut it down completely. It's still continuing, making money, and we need to make sure that they don't operate from Leicester and they know that they're not welcome here.
Why has the action been successful in a way that perhaps other Palestine liberation movements have not been?
I think it's gotten to the point with the Palestinian Liberation Movement and with lots of protests and things like that, that the government is finding it very easy to ignore us and is in fact taking steps to silence us more. And so the way that Palestine Action has been effective is because they are not talking anymore. They're just doing. They're not asking anymore. They're just taking. They're affecting the things that they can't ignore, that actually stop the running of their system. They're getting in the way. They're disrupting, and they are not asking. They're taking.
It's action, so it's it's direct action. It's getting out there and and actually making that change that you need to achieve, and doing it yourself. So there's lots of different examples of this. There are hunt saboteurs who do direct action. There's lots of different examples of this kind of thing. So I'd
hunt saboteurs. Hunt sabotage, not illegal. It's perfectly legal.
So you can do direct action completely legally without without risking going to court. And there's lots of different ways you can take action. I mean, in Sheffield they managed to stop their trees getting cut down by actually by taking direct action, right? So just I'd encourage anyone watching this to look into what you can do yourself, what you can encourage others to do to actually to actually make a real difference, because you generally don't tend to do that by writing to your MP.
We've done the protests, we've talked to the governments. All the people here, I would say, have backgrounds in lobbying their governments, writing to their MPs, signing petitions, doing everything that they tell us will make a change. But we've been doing it for so long, and it's very obvious that they do not care. Our government has been complicit in this apartheid state and in this genocide of Palestinians. And we know now that they only care about profits.
We just want to make sure that this factory is out of here. We don't want to have to come out here repeatedly every year. We want to ensure that they really feel the message that their shares are completely affected, and that Palestinians feel that support from the Leicester community and from the Pal Action and the activists that are supporting. And we want to ensure that this place is shut down. We want to shut Elbit down.
We are sieging this factory so we can talk to them with our actions instead of our words, which they can so easily ignore. We're sieging this factory in parallel to the way that they siege people's lives and families and homes in Gaza, but we're only affecting their profits here. And they're not happy about it. The police is here to protect the profits, and the police is here to silence us because they don't want us to be doing this, because profit is the only thing that they care about. They don't care about us writing letters to our MPs. They don't care about us petitioning the government. They don't care about us doing protests. They care about keeping us silent and protecting their profits. So when we're here, they can't ignore us anymore. We are affecting their profits, and they have to do something about it, and they have to listen to us. So that's why we're staying here for as long as we can, until Elbit leaves, because this is the only way that they'll listen.